Hey, welcome. A little update for the International Traditional Chinese Medicine 2.5-year diploma course.
Oke, selamat datang di video welcome video selamat datang untuk International Chinese Medicine Diploma program tersebut.
Okay. Just a few information to start because we had some confusion about how how the lessons are being done, so I just want to update. Okay. First we have in English and in Bahasa Indonesian language, because I'm here in Indonesia and there's a lot of people who don't have the opportunity to study this kind of knowledge.
Oke, jadi untuk menghilangkan beberapa kebingungan, jadi pertama, untuk materi diploma ini ada 2 bahasa. Karena kita ada di Indonesia, jadi otomatis ada banyak yang ingin belajar Chinese medicine ini, tapi tidak memungkinkan untuk menggunakan bahasa Inggris. Oleh karenanya, 2 bahasa yang disediakan ada berbahasa Indonesia dan berbahasa Inggris juga.
Okay. We have 3 translators to Bahasa Indonesia. We have 2 medical doctors and 1 sustainability teacher who is also helping, who has been assisting me for more than 10 years, including in my clinic with my patient, in translating to the patient so I can diagnose and so on. So those 3 people will be translating 1 lesson at a time, and so for those translators, the other translators is just they can be watching this video, I hope, as well.
Oke, jadi untuk materi-materi yang akan diberikan dalam berbahasa Indonesia di program ini ada 3 translator, salah satunya saya, dan 2 translator lainnya adalah dokter di Indonesia yang semoga teman-teman yang ada di grup translator dan asisten ini nonton video ini juga.
Okay, so the way it works is like this. Okay, and this is more directed to the translators, but it might be for those who are learning in Bahasa Indonesia, it might be interesting to know how we are doing it to get the best result. We do 3 lessons per week. The 3 translators, they get 1 lesson each, a different lesson to translate. After they have finished the translation, that means that they first, to make it more easy, they start with Google Translate. After that, they proofread it. When they finish their translation, they will pass their translation to the other 2 translators for a second proofreading. So that means that 3 different people will be proofreading each lesson, but each lesson will be translated by 1 person each, 3 different lessons per week.
Oke, jadi dalam 1 minggu itu akan ada 3 pelajaran, dan untuk 3 pelajaran tersebut akan ditranslate oleh 3 translator tersebut. Dan cara kami untuk mentranslate seperti ini. 1 orang akan mentranslate 1 pelajaran dengan, pertama kami pakai Google Translate, setelahnya itu yang mentranslate tersebut akan proofread. Sesudahnya yang bahan yang sudah ditranslate dan di-proofread ini akan kami berikan ke translator lainnya untuk di-proofread juga, kemudian ke translator lainnya untuk di-proofread juga. Jadi setiap pelajaran kami proofread hingga 3 kali, seperti itu.
Okay, so that's how it functions. Okay, now for at least one of the translators mentioned that, who is a medical doctor, mentioned that it's very difficult, even as a medical doctor, to understand the philosophy or the foundation of the Chinese medicine, because it is very different from the Western medicine. Okay, and it is understandable. I can really understand that, how that is difficult, because it is based on Chinese philosophy, on the yin and yang and the elements, and even on originally it was kind of leaning up against Taoism. So of course it seems to be very different the way that it is explained. Now, maybe you will translate.
Oke, jadi ini dari salah satu feedback dari salah satu translator kami yang juga dokter, bahwa pun beliau dengan kapasitasnya sebagai dokter itu sulit untuk mentranslate dan memahami filosofi pengobatan Cina ini, tapi Dokter Hasan menyampaikan kalau ini sangat-sangat dimaklumi karena memang pengobatan tradisional Cina sangat berbeda dengan pengobatan modern, dengan filosofi dan segala macam di baliknya, memang karena memang berdasar pada pengobatan Cina, bukan pada pengobatan modern seperti itu.
As you might know, Western medicine is really only a few hundred years old, and the Chinese medicine, the traditional Chinese medicine, is about 3,000 years old. And it means that a lot of the philosophy and the explanations are actually 3,000 years, and that's why the language is very intricate and complicated.
Ya, jadi ini sangat mudah dipahami. Kita bisa membayangkan bahwa untuk pengobatan modern medicine itu usianya beberapa ratus tahun, sementara pengobatan tradisional Cina usianya itu sudah hingga 3.000 tahun. Oleh karenanya materi-materi ini sangat-sangat kompleks seperti itu. So that's just from trying to translate from English to Bahasa Indonesia. The fact is that even if you are an English native speaker who have a master degree or have good education, to have a good wide vocabulary, even then it can be very difficult to understand the Chinese medicine philosophy. Pun meski bukan memiliki background medis, dokter seperti itu. Misal native speaker yang punya bahasa ibu bahasa Inggris akan kesulitan, meskipun dengan background pendidikan yang sangat bagus, dengan vocabulary kosakata yang sangat-sangat luas, pun akan sangat kesulitan untuk belajar memahami textbook, materi-materi dari pengobatan Cina tradisional ini.
Okay. Yeah. So now I will start by saying, just relax, okay? Because it actually, number one, it actually gets easier with the time. So it might be extremely difficult in lesson 1, and then in lesson 2 it gets a little bit easier, and lesson 3 and so on. So when you finish the first semester, you will think back on the first lesson and everything will come into place. It will click in your mind, and then you will understand the whole thing. You will only understand maybe half of lesson 1 when you read the first time. Then after you get number 2, number 3, and so on, you will understand more of the first lessons. It will come to you. I hope that's understandable.
Oke, jadi mungkin di pelajaran-pelajaran awal itu akan terasa sangat sulit, tapi seiring pelajaran berlalu, kalian akan merasakan pemahaman tersebut menjadi lebih mudah lagi. Dan biasanya setelah melewati satu semester awal itu paling sulit. Setelah melewati satu semester akan terasa jauh lebih mudah karena segala macamnya kalian jadi mulai mengerti, dan istilahnya klik, jadi bukan bisa melogikakan, tapi ya mengerti apa yang dipelajari seperti itu.
So that's one thing, okay? And as you already know, the theory even it's about fixing a car, whether it's another language, anything, when you start with the theory, it's always more complicated than after when you do a practical application of the same knowledge and suddenly everything makes sense.
Jadi seperti semua pelajaran yang namanya teori itu sangat-sangat sulit, dan semuanya jadi lebih mudah ketika kita mulai pelajaran praktek, mulai mempraktekkannya. Okay.
On top of that, there is one way that you can make it a little bit easier for yourself. Okay. Let me first talk about the actual textbook that we are using for the first 3 semesters. Okay. One book, yes, is this book. This is the book that we are using for the first 3 semesters. And it might seem like, wow, 3 semesters on just one book. But the fact is, it is so detailed. It is it 1200 or 15? Let me see, how many pages is it again? Yeah, almost 1200 pages, okay? So if you're reading, you can imagine that you might be reading about 50 pages, 45 to 50 pages per week from this book. So you can easily calculate how many weeks it will take. All right. And it is a very good book. This book here is, the author is Giovanni Maccioccia. He's an Italian, as far as I know anyway, who has studied with good masters of TCM. He's a very skilled and knowledgeable person. And the fact is, this book here that we are using as our textbook is used in many Western medical universities where they study Chinese medicine. It's an amazing book. It's very detailed and is written by a Westerner, so that means that he is trying to make it a little bit easier to understand than if you were trying. There are some of the Chinese medical books from China that has been translated into English, very, very difficult to understand compared to this one.
Oke, jadi untuk 3 semester pertama, para siswa akan menggunakan buku ini. Ini sekitar 1200 halaman. Jadi untuk matematikanya setiap minggu siswa akan belajar sekitar 50-an halaman untuk dipelajari, untuk dibaca paling tidak. Buku ini ditulis oleh Giovanni Maccioccia. Dan buku ini digunakan di universitas-universitas ternama di seluruh dunia untuk tradisional Chinese medicine seperti itu. Dan buku ini ditulis dari perspektif Westerner, orang Barat istilahnya. Dan kalau menurut Dr. Hasan ini jauh lebih mudah daripada buku-buku textbook yang pengobatan tradisional Cina dari Cina yang ditranslate ke bahasa Indonesia. Jadi menurut beliau buku ini akan sangat memudahkan perjalanan belajar siswa nanti dibandingkan jika beliau memilih buku tradisional Chinese medicine dari Cina yang ditranslate ke bahasa Inggris seperti itu.
Okay, there's a mouthful there. So, but we have another tool. Unfortunately, it's going to be difficult because we don't have a lot of people to translate. The book is called The Web That Has No Weaver. Okay, I think it doesn't show up correctly. Yes, all right. Okay, I don't know. It has this thing about when you are filming something. Okay. This is a book, it's a very famous book actually. It's originally from 1983, so that's like, what is that, 35 years, more than 36 years already. And it's been translated to many languages. I do not think it's been translated to Bahasa Indonesia, but you can try and find out. And we will all, maybe we'll check that this morning if we can find it in Bahasa. I don't think so, but because there's not a huge market for this book here. Anyway, it's an amazing book, and it has a very easy, understandable explanation of many of the things that is in the first 6 semesters. So that means that this is covering semester 1, 2, 3, which is the foundation, and the practical, the diagnostics. It also has some information about that, as well as the practical application. So it will actually cover all the way through the whole 2.5 years. But as you can see, it's 400 pages, almost 500 pages. So of course it's limited information. It's not enough to use as a textbook, but it will make it easier. So you use this as a supplemental reading.
Okay, jadi buku ini, The Web That Has No Weaver, Understanding Chinese Medicine, ini buku yang sangat direkomendasikan oleh beliau untuk dibaca oleh para siswa. Kami belum tahu kalau buku ini ditranslate ke bahasa Indonesia juga, tapi buku ini telah ditranslate ke banyak bahasa, dan buku ini usianya dibuat sudah kurang lebih 36 tahun. Dan buku ini akan mengcover 6 semester pertama dengan cara yang sangat mudah dipahami, tetapi tidak sangat detail, tapi sangat membantu. Jadi ini buku tambahan yang idealnya siswa bisa baca untuk selain buku yang disebutkan di awal tadi.
Okay. So, if there are anybody who feel like helping to translate this book to Bahasa, then let me know, inbox me in Facebook or send me an email, or in the classroom already, then you can tell me there that you would like to help to translate this book. And maybe we can share the translation and thereby, maybe publicize it. But we'll see.
Jadi jika ada di antara teman-teman yang berniat untuk menolong mentranslatekan buku ini, silakan inbox ke Dr. Hasan, atau mungkin inbox via atau komen via kelas, di Google Classroom TCM. Kami tunggu.
Okay. Now, that's basically what I wanted to mention because of some of the comments and some of the requests from some of the students and translators, just to make it clear about the first couple of semesters. Another thing, today is the 21st of April, and the official start of the semester is actually on the 1st of July. So don't worry too much about rushing the lessons. Take your time. That's why I'm starting it this early, to open the admission for the students, and also I'm posting the lessons already. The first lesson is there, and inshallah the second lesson will be coming very soon, in a week or so. So you can have a little extra time just to get extra information from the first lesson or the first semester. And we have an extra, I think, 25 to 30 books that I already uploaded in the classroom that you can download and read from, to help you to understand different aspects of this philosophy. Because sometimes when you read 2 or 3 different books about the same thing, it makes a better view and understanding.
Oke, jadi untuk teman-teman yang sudah mendaftar untuk TCM diploma TCM, kalian jangan khawatir karena pelajaran baru akan dimulai secara resmi pada 1 Juli nanti, dan materi-materi juga sudah di-download di kelas Google Classroom. Jika kalian ingin mulai download, mulai persiapan untuk belajar dan lain-lain, itu silahkan dilakukan, tapi jangan khawatir. Dan untuk teman-teman yang belum daftar, kalian masih punya waktu, tapi sebaiknya sedini mungkin untuk gabung. Jadi kalian bisa melihat materi yang sudah ada, mulai membaca, mulai bikin planning, dan termasuk juga mempersiapkan diri untuk 2,5 tahun ke depan.
Alright, so I'll see you in the classroom, inshallah. And don't forget, you have any questions about what I mentioned in this video, or any other thing about signing up for classes, or about how to do your study, because we had some housewives, some what do you call it, ibu rumah tangga,
yes,
they call it here in Indonesia, so who like to study but they are not sure if they have time and so on. And as I said, there is no deadline, so that means that this is just, I will publish it over 2.5 years. If it take you 3.5 years or 4.5 years, no problem. You take as long as you need to do this study, and at the end you finish the last exam at the end when you are ready, and you get your diploma, and that's that. Basically, it doesn't matter whether it's 2.5 years or 5 years. You take the time you need. Okay?
Oke, jadi untuk yang belum daftar, pastiin untuk, misal kalian punya keraguan, silahkan beremail ke tabibh@gmail.com atau WhatsApp ke nomor WhatsApp yang ada di fanpage atau di website kami. Dan terutama untuk para ibu rumah tangga yang sangat antusias untuk mengikuti pelajaran ini, untuk memiliki keahlian dan ilmu ini untuk keluarga dan apa yang ingin kalian gunakan ilmu ini untuk ya. Nah, banyak pertanyaan yang bertanya, ini 2,5 tahun, dan bagaimana saya istilahnya bisa menavigasi, memanage waktu dan lain-lain di antara kesibukan saya sebagai ibu rumah tangga. Jadi untuk kalian ingat saja, program ini tidak berbatas waktu 2,5 tahun harus selesai 2,5 tahun, tetapi kalian bisa mengambil waktu yang nyaman dan realistis untuk kalian hingga diploma ini selesai. Misal harus selesai 4 tahun, kelas tetap terbuka untuk kalian sepanjang masa tersebut. Jadi jangan ragu untuk bergabung.
One thing I should not forget to remind is that if you sign up before the 4th of May, we waive the sign-up fee. That means that the $25 sign-up fee that we have, you don't have to pay that. You just pay for the first semester fee.
Oke, jadi untuk yang daftar dengan deadline tanggal 4 Mei nanti, kalian dibebaskan dari biaya registrasi sebesar $25.
Okay. Another thing, if you have 3 friends who sign up, then you are studying for free. Okay, so 3 people sign up together. 3 of your friends sign up together. You don't pay for signing up if you have 3 friends that you can, talk into taking this wonderful course, of course.
Dan untuk jika kalian punya 3 teman yang ingin daftar, jadi Anda yang mengajak 3 teman tersebut akan dapat diploma ini secara gratis.
Even if you already paid for your first semester, we will refund you that after the 3 friends have signed up.
Dan jika kalian sudah membayar biaya semester pertama, setelah teman kalian daftar, kami akan merefundkan biaya yang telah kalian transferkan.
Another thing, if husband and wife decide they want to study together, only one is paid for, the other one is free.
Dan khusus suami istri yang mendaftar bersama, kalian hanya membayar 1 saja. This is very special.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I extend that to be brother and sister, 2 sisters, 2 brothers, mother and daughter, father and son, and so on and so on. Meaning, basically, 2 family members sign up together and pay only for one.
Ya, jadi ini juga kami bukan cuma suami istri saja, tapi kami perluas cakupannya. Bonus 2, gabung 2, daftar 2, gratis 1. Ini berlaku ke semua anggota keluarga utama. Dalam artian ibu dan anak belajar bersama, suami istri belajar bersama, kakak adik belajar bersama, dan dalam lingkupan ini. Oke, jadi pastiin kalian ngambil kesempatan ini, soalnya ini kesempatan yang sangat luar biasa dan it's excellent to have a study partner.
Exactly. It makes it easier when you are two people who are studying together, or if you have 3 friends like I mentioned before, and you can have 4 people, you and your 3 friends will make a study group together and you get it free, you know.
Ya, jadi ini salah satu cara yang sangat-sangat bagus buat saya. Kalau menurut saya ini super excellent. Karena kalian dapat partner belajar seperti itu. Dan partner belajar ini sangat penting untuk mendukung kalian selama belajar, menyemangati kalian, dan mempermudah kalian untuk belajar. Karena ada teman yang misal akan ditanyakan, misal karena guru jauh dan hal semacamnya.
If you are a big group, for example, if you are somewhere, anywhere in the world, in Indonesia, in US, in UK, in China, anywhere actually, if you have a big group like 10, 15, 20 people who want to do this study, we'll arrange something special, a special deal, of course, and it will also make it easier for me to do the workshop at your location.
Dan misal ada di antara kalian yang ingin mengikuti program ini, program diploma ini dalam kelompok yang lebih besar, misal 20 orang dan semacamnya, silakan hubungi kami langsung dan kami akan membuat pengaturan khusus untuk kalian. Jadi untuk workshop bisa diatur menyesuaikan dengan kebutuhan kalian seperti itu.
Yeah, minimum 10 people, maximum 20. So anywhere in between that number, we will make a special deal.
Ya, jadi untuk minimal 10 orang sampai 20 orang maksimalnya kami akan memberikan penawaran khusus untuk kalian.
Alright, this video is getting long now, so we'll stop here, and inshallah I will make some more videos later. So I'll see you next time, and hopefully I see you in the classroom.
Sampai jumpa.
See you.